Hello, today I'm going to be talking about tasting your food and why that is so important. That is the theme of my message in my newsletter this month. I'm Dr. Patty Ann Ford. I'm a coach. I'm going to look at your habits of thinking and how that affects your body and how that affects your experience with food and how that affects your experience with your body. I like to work with people who are so sick of chronic dieting and they want to redefine their health while still having goals to improve their health. Maybe that's weight management, maybe that's disease states, maybe that's just navigating a chronic diagnosis or illness. And I have 20 years experience working with people in the health and wellness industry. I want to talk to you today about tastes. So taste is one of your 5 senses as you experience the world. So there's taste, there's touch, there's sight, there's smell, and there is, sound, okay? All of those things impact how you perceive the world. Taste is a very powerful sense, and we typically can check out of taste if we're mindlessly eating or if we're on a very strict diet where we have to do the things regardless of how we experience them, like an extreme diet or some type of boot camp style thing, which maybe those things have worked for you. I'm not here to judge or evaluate, but you typically will check out of the experience of taste if you're following plans outside of what you want to do. You can do both, but typically it's not thought about. So in my experience, when navigating people's relationship with food, one of the first thing I like to do is emphasize the philosophy of presence. And presence is being exactly where you are in the current moment and paying attention to the now. Because existentially, that's all we have, right? That's all we have is the current now. Our brains are hardwired to think about the past, or not hardwired, but we have the ability to think about the past and we have the ability to think about the future. And sometimes we get stuck in both. So thinking about the future can be either daydreaming or creating all of these dreams, but not actually executing them. Living in the past can lead to rumination or can lead to some just feelings of being stuck. Either place, you're out of reality. And if you are unable to be present where you're at, you're going to miss the experience of taste. You might get a whiff of it, but to truly taste something, typically what happens is if you are any type of food connoisseur or food critic, you are really keen on your taste buds and you're going to actually close your eyes, you want a calm environment, and you're going to try to describe the feeling, the texture, the experience, the movement or the energy of what the food is doing. And if you watch any cooking show, they have this dialed in really, really well. And I believe our diet culture, our health and wellness culture, has lost this art out of fear. If we are present with our food and enjoy our food, that's going to lead to, this gluttonous experience, and we're going to lose all sense of goals and hustle and drive and all of these things. If you look at diets like 75 Hard, not one time is it enjoy your food. It's looking at all of these things that you can do outside of your body instead of experiencing your body. If you can really hone in on tasting your food, and next time you sit down to eat, identify 5 flavors in your meal or your food, if you can get to 5. Sometimes when you're having like a 1-item dish like toast, that can be really hard. Sometimes if you're having a dish that has lots of different flavors like lasagna, sometimes it's hard to identify what one flavor is. Sometimes if you're eating a dish that one ingredient overpowers the entire dish, like garlic or something, it can be really hard to taste the little essence of different things. So when you're eating a meal, say it's just your average, it's not dry toast, it's not like a heavy lasagna, say it's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. See if you can identify the flavor of the peanut butter, the jelly, and the bread. Then note the texture, note the experience of it as you're chewing, maybe as you're digesting, as you're swallowing, and what does that feel like? What is that experience like? Because after you have this experience, it'll never happen again. And you're able to be present in that moment and then move on to the next. What can happen in chronic dieting is you start to obsess or ruminate or have these consistent thoughts, or we like to call it food noise, of what you just had or what you're going to have at the next meal. And so it can be so hard to quiet that food noise And if the experience of taste feels so alarming to your nervous system, this is when distraction is going to be really helpful. So you might not be ready for this yet, and that's okay. If you are, your next meal, name 5 flavors and see what that does. I've had some clients try this and they think I'm ridiculous. They don't get it until they do it over and over and consistently over time, and they'll start to realize, I haven't been enjoying my food. The eating experience, I didn't get it. I didn't know what that meant until I tried it. So try it. And if you're thinking this is crazy, then keep doing what you're doing. But probably if you're watching this video, what you're doing isn't working so far. Try this and let me know how it goes. Leave a comment if you do. And if this is helpful, hit that like and subscribe button and follow along. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.